wishing you a fantastic 2024. I'm doing this special edition podcast because I want to give you an idea of what took place the last few months as I was not posting or publishing content, and then also what's to come. In the end of October, my brother, who was living in Africa, became ill. Fast forward to middle of November, I flew there to visit him while he was in the hospital, and he passed away while I was in the air. So I found myself in Zanzibar, and I was there for 4 weeks as I was working through estate issues and all that. So needless to say, it was kind of turned my world upside down as a younger brother. And so that's why I haven't been posting. As far as moving forward, as you may know, I'm working on the cognitive biases, and that's getting into the how-to. So the first 35 or so episodes were setting the frame, and then now we're talking about, now that we understand this, what do we do about it? How do we mitigate it? And that's where the cognitive biases come in. Later on, we'll get into energy, and there's some other tools and things that we can do to mitigate the impact of how the unconscious is running the show 95% of the time, giving us some perspective. There are people who will tell you that there's only a very, very small percentage of folks who actually have a handle on keeping the unconscious at bay. And it's because it's been the default. It's just how it works. But anyway, that's where we're going to be getting into that. And that's why I wanted to talk to you about what's coming. So moving into the phase of working more diligently with clients, and much of the content that I provide clients is also what's in the podcast. My intention is to keep the podcast ad-free, but I do need to have some control because it's the same proprietary content that I share with paying clients. And for that reason, I'll be putting some content from episode 36 on behind an email wall. This helps me have some control of the content, preventing AI learning. And the main thing you'll get is the notification that an episode was published, and you can always unsubscribe if you don't want to get those. As far as the process, I will wait until January 14th before I move those episodes behind the email wall. So anything I publish between now and the 14th will first be in front of the email wall, and on the 14th, it'll move behind. It'll be about 5 or 6 pieces of content. Again, you go to 7fitnessareas.com, and that's spelling it out, and enter your email address, and then you'll have access for whatever platform you use. So in other words, if you're on Spotify or Apple, once you subscribe on Substack, which is my platform, your credentials will be passed through what they call the RSS feed, and you'll be able to get access. You'll only have to do that email step one time. Now, if I have your email address by the 14th, you'll automatically receive the paid newsletter of the 7 Fitness Areas. And here you'll get access to self-study guides, recordings of live events, and special offers. And you won't have to pay that for all of 2024. That's just a way of saying thank you for being a loyal listener. And that brings up the subscribers who've already been paying. If you have an annual subscription, you'll automatically be enrolled and subscription fees waived for the next 3 years. You'll also receive an offer for a free one-on-one coaching call / mentoring call to help you discover, refine, and plan your next pivot or transformation. This call can be for you or for someone you care about. Simply register with your email address and then provide their address in the notes and what you're doing so that I can line everything up. There is a limit of first 50 people who book, and it's first come, first serve. And by the way, as long as you subscribe to the annual newsletter by the end of January, you'll get that 3 years subscription. Well, 24 will be paid for, and then 25 and 26 is free. And you'll get that coaching / mentoring call. That's a 90-minute call to help build a project blueprint. It's a DIY approach, so you'll have the project blueprint for your transformation or your pivot. The annual subscription is $90. Monthly subscribers will have the next 12 months waived, but the annual subscribers will have the 24, 25, and 26 will be covered. So to get to the page, you can visit 7fitnessareas.com and look for the pinned post titled 2024 Special Edition. The details will be laid out there along with the video version of this podcast, and you'll have the details along with the links below. So hopefully that makes sense. If I get questions, I'll just re-communicate it. But I just want to say thank you for being a listener as I worked through that. Now that we're getting into the how-to, I'm just putting on some minor controls just so we limit it. And then I'm giving you access to the paid publication as a gift to say thank you. And for those paying subscribers, you'll have your cost waived. So we'll see what the fees will be at that time, but just please accept it as a gift. And then I look forward to maybe talking to some of you on the call. These are going to be important calls to help you lean into your transformation and your pivot. And this is where we start applying what we've been talking about, how to get some of that control back from the unconscious so you can create above the line. So stay tuned. Visit 2024 special edition on 7fitnessseries.com, and the details will be there. The short version is, if you've been a listener, I just need your email address. You'll keep listening. If you've been a paid subscriber, you're going to have 24, 25, and 26 waived with your 2024 payment. And if you're a monthly subscriber, you don't have to pay anymore. You'll have all of 2024 covered. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, it'll be on the 7fitnessseries.com. Take care. And we got a couple of episodes coming out, the nocebo effect, and I look at that in the context of cognitive bias, and that's followed by confirmation bias and the planning fallacy. Those are two cognitive biases that wreak havoc on the plans that we make. Stay tuned. Cheers. Happy New Year.